Dude, this was even the first time I read it, I was like just smiling when I was reading it, because like he's like, the only thing they're willing to do is to pay for our college for us to get certifications and degrees to get a better job, but we don't want to do that. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Chisme Chronicles podcast.
Episode 33.
If this is your first time here, my name is Roman, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Kaylee the Bandit.
Call back to our earlier episodes.
Kaylee, tell them what we do on the show.
So on this podcast, we do a lot of Am I the A-hole Reddit stories. We give our takes, our little spins, sometimes controversial, sometimes not. You know, everybody always lets us know. Sometimes we venture into other subreddits, like Today Effed Up, or, I don't know, a couple other ones. And we give kind of just our takes. First and foremost, top 2 reactions on YouTube, best reactions on YouTube.
The best Reddit channel for all your Reddit stories and Reddit content. Chisme Chronicles podcast, Tuesdays and Thursdays. For questions to call, 1-800-200-200.
For questions, leave a comment.
Like halfway through doing that, I was like, I'm not going to do the phone number. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the phone number. It's so dumb.
But yeah, for questions, actually leave a comment. We do respond to all the comments.
We do respond to almost all. I feel like we've fallen behind on a couple now. But for the most part, yeah, we do our best to respond to all the comments. And if you guys like that kind of content, you guys like Reddit content, and you guys like listening to it from us, and like the worst thing to do before I tell people to subscribe, you know, like if you guys like Reddit content, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hopefully you guys will be entertained
and stick around to the end of the show.
And stick around, because at the end of the show we're gonna do a giveaway. But
yeah, today we're doing effed up stories. We each do 2 stories and we blind react to each other's stories.
No, please tell me we're doing Am I the A-hole?
That's what we're doing. What
okay, you said today I effed up.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Please. Just get up and leave.
We're doing Am I the A-hole? We each have 2 stories from Am I the A-hole, and we blind react.
Yeah. Anything interesting before we jump into it? Anything interesting? You know what? Yes, for funsies. We'll just do this for funsies. I was reading a story. I'm not gonna do the story on this episode. I didn't choose it to do it today, but it was a story about someone's like, hey, am I the a-hole for like reporting a delivery driver, like one of the like the Uber Eats people? Mm-hmm. And I'm bringing it up because like I know you have some crazy stories.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, oh, so this person went to go, they brought my food, and like I always they're basically saying I always get like missing items in my deliveries, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm going through through the freaking customer support, and it's like super annoying, and I have to call them, and it's like it's trash, and it like I usually give up, and then I just like I give up and I don't get my items.
Yeah.
And I guess they ordered some food. The person showed up, and they told the delivery person, they're like, can you please wait here? Like, can you wait until I can check everything? And then the person was like okay, I guess, And so they open the bag, and they go through their order, and they're like, sure enough, there were missing items, and that they told the person like, hey, can you go back to the restaurant and like get my stuff? And they're like, no, I can't go back. Like, it's our policies, like we can't go back to the restaurant to pick anything up. And then the OP's like, well, I don't know, that sounded like in their mind, like it sounded like BS to me. She's like, well, how am I supposed to get my food? And they're like, well, you have to go through customer support and this, that. And they're like, well, why didn't you check that all my items were there? And they're like, well, because the bags are closed and sealed, and we're not supposed to like open the bags. We're not supposed to open them and touch the stuff. We're not trained in food safety, so we get a sealed bag, and that's what we're supposed to drop off. And I guess like she left, and then she ended like reporting her and like give her like 1 star.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, and then she told her sister about it, because I guess her sister is also that has done like Uber Eats or Postmates or whatever.
Yeah.
And like she told her sister about it, and she's like telling her like, like, can you believe that? Like that dumb excuse. And the sister was like, no, it's so true. You can't. It's like the policy. You're not supposed to go back, and you're not supposed to open the bags. And then she was like, oh man, I'm like questioning what I did. Was I the asshole? And so I thought about reading that story, which I basically just told everyone the damn story, but because it made me think of like the crazy experiences that you had.
Yeah, I don't know if, like I did. Okay, so when I first moved here,
At least that one one bad one.
Yeah. So I moved here almost 5 months ago now. Or 5 months.
You moved
ago?
here in May, June, July, August, September.
May I was barely here. Like May.
Oh,
May,
was the end of May? Dude, I could have sworn it was the beginning of May.
Wait. Oh no! It was the beginning of May, but I'm saying that like May, I probably spent a total of like maybe 15 nights here, like half the month. You know what I mean? Because I kept going like back to like my hometown. I went to LA for a weekend. You know what I mean? So it's like, I kind of like am iffy if I count May or not.
Well, you moved out.
I feel like I was back and forth. Well, yeah. But anyways, so I've been here for about 5 months since May, and so when I first got here, I like didn't do anything for a while. Like I took a break, and then like while I was looking for another job, I started doing Uber Eats, and there was like this dude one time that I came home so upset. I was like, my day was ruined. Like I came home and like
sobbing. No, I'm kidding. No,
Roman's my uncle. And so, like, him and his wife, my tia, they were, like, whatever. They're, like, they're, like, in the kitchen. And I threw myself on the stairs. And I was like, I'm never doing this again. Yeah. Like, this is horrible. And, like, mind you, like, obviously Uber Eats is, like, an easy job. Like, you don't have to do very much, like, on paper, right? But it is, like, exhausting. Like, you're just sitting in a car all day, driving around. You know what I mean? Like, it's annoying. It's tiring. So respect to all the Uber Eats drivers out there. But, yeah, one time, like, I got in, like, an order, and the dude had put the wrong location for where I was supposed to drop it off, and I'm standing out front of, like, this building trying to figure out where the heck he's at, and, like, I had parked, there was no parking, so my car's just kind of, like, in the middle of the street, because drop-offs always take, like, a minute and a half, you know what I mean? So it's like, and so then I have to like move my car and like go park somewhere, and I'm like on the phone with this guy, and I can't find him. Turns out that's when we figured out it was the wrong location.
But this is after like
20 minutes.
Like 20 minutes on the phone with him.
Yeah.
Everybody else is waiting for their order, and like they can probably see you.
I have somebody else like also waiting for an order from me. So like obviously like that tip is gone. And like this guy's pissed off at me because I can't figure out where he's at. But like I was like, I'm at the location that you put on here, and he's like, no, you're not. And I was like, I have a map. Like I don't know what to tell you.
And he was like, and you were like driving a little bit like in some parking lot or something.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, I see you. Turn left or turn right. And he's like, oh no, that's not you.
Yeah.
And he was like,
yeah. And then I'm like talking to like the receptionist at like this building I work at, and then she's like, yeah, nobody here, like nobody that works here like goes by that name. And I was like, oh my gosh, like. So I ended up calling support, and they were like, hey, like, yeah, like you're good to leave the food at the location in a safe spot and go. And so then I was like, oh my gosh, like, okay. So then the dude's calling me, and I'm like, I can't do it. Like, I'm like, can't even reject the calls because my phone was off. So you know how you have to like swipe or whatever, or just like leave it.
Yeah.
So he's calling me, and I can't reject the calls.
Well,
so then I have to answer it.
Or a trick, just so you know, you can also double click right here.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
And it'll send it. It'll like hang up on them, like voicemail.
But so then whatever. So I answered the call, and I was like, hey, like, you know, I just got off the phone with Uber support. Like, I have to just leave your food here. Like, it's been a really long time. Like, I really tried, and I did. And he starts like calling me like a B word and stuff. So I just hung up.
He was like, it's your fault I'm not gonna get my lunch.
Yeah, like he was gonna go hungry because of me. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I just hung up, and then I had to leave the food. And then like 3 hours later, I got an updated tip from him, and it was like $9. So I was like
a good tip.
Yeah.
Like he realized like, oh,
he
crap.
found his food.
Dude, I would have just like at that point, just to like be super pissed off with that guy, I would have just like started eating his food, taking a picture, and then quit Uber Eats. You know, just like, you put the wrong address, you asshole. Like, you made me quit. You made me want to quit. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Have you seen? There's like one like post or whatever that went like pretty like viral from DoorDash. It was like some dude got Jack in the Box like in the middle of the night, and then like the DoorDash driver like sent a picture of like a chicken strip with a bite taken out of it, and
he was like, this is so good, bro, or something. I think I saw that something. I don't know if that was real. That was real?
I don't know, but it's so funny.
Dude, I know, but like,
so funny.
He's like, bro, these chicken tenders are fire, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll give you $1.50 when I drop it off. You know, he keeps one. You know,
dude. One time I got food from like, I don't remember where, But it was like Church's Chicken or something like that, I think.
Which, like, are there any Church's Chickens left in the world? Like, I
There's
feel
one
like
in Yuma.
There is?
Yeah.
Dude, we used to go to Church's Chicken when growing up.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so good. But, like, I don't go there anymore. Like, I even forget about it. I forget that it's like a chain chicken place.
I think it was Church's Chicken where I was picking up food, and like this girl ordered like her meal, and then she also ordered like they had like mini churros or something. And so so I got to the store, and then the lady was like, "Hey, we're out of mini churros." And so then I was like, "Oh no!" So I was like trying to message the lady and like call her, but she wasn't answering. So then but she had also gotten some apple pies. Like she ordered her meal and then like some mini churros and some apple pies. And so then I was like, oh, like, and she wasn't answering me. So I was like, can you just give me like as many apple pies as you can give me to make up for the difference? And they ended up giving me like 12 little apple pies.
No, damn.
And so when I got to the place to
you
drop
just like put them all together, make a big ass pie.
Dude, when I got to the place to drop off the lady, she was like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't see your message. I think she was like in the shower or something. Mm-hmm. And so then she was like, thank you so much. And she gave me like a big tip. And she asked me if I wanted an apple pie.
Did you get one?
No, I didn't. But it's
That's so funny, dude. Like, dude, come on, man, hook me up. I got to make up somehow.
Dude, the lady did not, because like they were supposed to be like, it was like, I think she did 2 orders of like 6 mini churros or something. So they're like, that's 12. Like mini.
They're like, that's 12 items.
So then they were like, yeah, dude, let's just freaking throw 12 freaking apple pies in there extra. Insane.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's pretty good.
Dude, I don't know if I could. Yeah, I feel like Uber Eats or like DoorDash and those kind of jobs, like, I feel like they're tough. Because there's, and like being like a server, like tough in the sense, like I've never done them, but I feel like they're tough because there are a lot of people out there that are gonna look down on you, mm-hmm. and they're just gonna see you as like, there's so many people, because why are they freaking such huge a-holes? Because they're like, well, this is so dumb, and like, you know, or even like fast food, you know, or it's just like if there's a little mistake or something, I just feel like there's a lot of people that are mean, and that are gonna like think that you're an idiot or something, and like this is, your job is so easy and dumb, and you guys can't even do that. Like, they'll just like take it out on like, well, I mean, like any like,
I think people just don't know how like
service type of jobs.
Yeah, especially with like Uber Eats, like that dumb lady, like they just like don't know how it works, which is like totally. I mean, how would you know how it works unless you've like done it before, I guess. But yeah, like, so you're just like stupid, and like genuinely, because like these jobs are so easy to get into, like Uber Eats and serving and whatever, it's like they're also really easy to get fired from. So it's like, if you get like a bad review on Uber Eats, like you're not gonna get any orders anymore for like a hot minute, or really slow.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's like, you probably ruined that guy's like prospects for his week.
Dude, I saw one. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. Hopefully that's the last one. I saw this video on, you know, Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and it's like a guy that's delivering food to a
I know what you're talking
like
about.
a clinic, like the medical clinic. It was it was like a medical clinic or something.
Okay.
And so the girl that got the food, she's like, she says, she put on the thing like, oh, order not received or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the guy saw that, goes back, and he's like recording, and he's like recording and trying to ask for the girl, you know, like, hey, I was just here, and like, I just dropped off the food, like this person, blah, 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 whatever. And he's recording her, and she comes out, and he's like, why did you do that? Mm-hmm. And I can't remember like all the details, but basically he's calling her out, and she's lying, saying, oh, I don't know how that happened, blah, blah, blah. Because he's like, this is my job. This is how I live. He's like, you're messing up. Like, don't you know that I could get fired? Like, we can get fired by having like these ordered not received like complaints or whatever. He's like, you want me to like to lose my job and to like lose my livelihood? And he's like freaking going hard on her.
Yeah,
and she's like shocked. You know, she's kind of like this young girl. I don't know. She's probably like a 21-year-old teenage girl. I'm just a 21-year-old teenage girl. And so he's like, what, you do this just to get free food?
Yeah.
just to get free food, blah, 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 blah. And I can't remember. She's like, I don't know. And she's BSing like,
Yeah,
I don't know what
she's
happened.
freaking out.
And
Yeah.
he's like, well, you need to get on your phone right now. You need to like,
contact Uber support and tell them you did get the food.
Yeah. And I don't remember if like he's actually recording while that. I don't think it shows while that happens, but I really hope that she did it. But also freaking awesome for him to go back to to go back and freaking
like call her out on it.
Call her, just freaking trying to get some free food.
Yeah.
Without realizing like what's happening.
Yeah.
You are the asshole.
That happened to me one time where like I was delivering food to like this like club. Like not a club, it was like a little bar.
It was like Scottsdale 1 in the morning.
No. I was like,
yeah, I got an order for Brittany.
I was like out at like Litchfield or something.
Yeah, number 4 at Taco Bell.
Well, it wasn't Taco. Wait, was it Taco Bell? I can't remember now if it was Taco Bell or Jack in the Box, but it was literally like the buildings. Like it was a small bar, and then I think it was maybe Jack in the Box, and they were in the same parking lot. And I was delivering food. So I
wait.
Yeah, they were in the same parking lot,
dude. But
it was like this. It was all on the same. I guess same corner. It was like the Jack in the Box, and then like a gas station, and then the bar. But like I could drive there.
You could just. I mean, you could.
I could
just walk there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how far it was or whatever until I got in my car. So then I like swiped the thing and I was like, oh, it's right there. Yeah. And then the like delivery instructions were like, oh, give it to the bouncer.
Yeah. Like
so
what time was it? Like
it was
late?
like probably 12:30.
I was wondering like what if they could it have been something like like at a certain time you can't go out and come back in or something?
I don't know.
Or they're just vibing.
Yeah. Well, they were still letting people in. I don't know. Or I assumed it was somebody that worked there, like maybe like a bartender or something.
Oh, on their lunch or or about to get their lunch or something.
Or it was slow and they're trying to like eat or something.
That's so funny.
And so I like gave it to the bouncer and I like messaged the person like, hey, your food's to the bouncer because that's what they told me to do. And then like 2 hours later, they reported that they didn't get their food.
Wow.
Yeah. I was so butthurt. And then I got like in trouble with Uber. It was so stupid.
Why?
Yeah. Well, because obviously they're like, oh, the person said they didn't get their food. And
but what do you say? Like, what do you tell Uber? Like, I dropped it off. Like,
yeah.
So basically,
they
don't give
side
it.
With the customer,
they don't give a shit.
Well, they side with the customer, which is like every service industry job.
How many of those not delivered, and then you like lose?
That was the only one I ever got.
No, but like, how many of those? What are the rules? Like, if you get 3 of those,
I don't know.
Or something.
I would assume it's probably 3 strikes and you're out rule or something.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyways.
Oh man.
Freaking 40 minutes later. Let's get into the stories.
I know. I was like, I'm not gonna read that story, and if freaking, I'm like, okay, I'll say it. And freaking goes into the whole delivery situation. All right, here we go. Story number 1. Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter-in-law she wasn't invited due to her weight? We have done plenty of things that are not physically taxing with her, but even the small stuff, she ends up on a bench half the day. We went to a small mall, half the day on the bench. It was window shopping. She is obese. Her ankles are swollen from her weight. The connection between her weight and not walking far without a break is very obvious. I will try to keep this short. I have 3 girls and we still like to do girl trips for the day. My son got married to a girl named Beth. Now, before her first kid, she was average weight, and after it got a lot worse. Her only kid is 8 years old at this point, and she hasn't lost the weight. It's bad enough that she needs constant breaks walking. I used to like her, and now I don't, due to how she acts. Everywhere we go with her, it is constant complaining that she is tired. The last girls' trip to the mall was spent sitting on the bench half the day since she needed constant break. If you try to leave, she will go on about abandoning her. It's annoying. I invited the girls to go to a farm for pumpkin patch and pick some apples. It has big orchards and a ton of walking. We went, it was a great time, and some pictures went on Facebook. I got a call from Beth asking why she wasn't invited. I lied, saying it was just a family trip, and she accused me of lying. I had enough, and I told her the truth. I told her she wasn't invited due to her weight, that she forces us to stop all the time, and it ruins the trips most days since we don't get to do half the stuff that we wanted. She called me a jerk and hung up. I am getting texts from my son saying to apologize, but the girls are on my side and are sick of having trips ruined since we have to wait for her all the time.
I feel like this is a situation where you could have easily sugar-coated a little bit more and still gotten your point across very clearly. So like, I don't know if you're like a jerk for the phrasing. I feel like the mom or whatever, the OP is a jerk for the phrasing, because I feel like okay, whatever, she's like, it's obvious it's because of her weight or whatever. Okay, you didn't have to say, like, yeah, sure, then if it's obvious, don't include that in the story. She could have easily said like, oh, it's really hard to go places with you because we want to do more than you can, or more than you want to, or something, or like, we want to be able to do like more things, but you get upset with us when we don't want to, don't want to stop with you, because then it forces her to be like, well, I want to do it, but I can't. You know what I mean? Like if that's what she wants to say, and then it's like, okay,
Oh, exactly. Well, because you can't and we can. Yeah. Then either go and just wait while we go and continue on, and don't complain about abandoning, and then just. Yeah. And then just like do as much as you can, but don't complain to us about like, no, wait for me, like, because like now she's making them wait or making them feel bad for now they can't go anywhere. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I agree with that. I mean, I guess she could have just left the wait part out. I mean, because she said, I told her she wasn't invited due to her weight, that she forces us to stop all the time and it ruins the trips most days since we don't get to do half the stuff. I mean, if she said
she forces us to stop all the time, even. What's wrong with to that? Wait with her or whatever. You're like, no. I'm saying she could have just started that same sentence there.
Basically, just take the wait part out. And
like say, you did not have to say that.
You force us to stop all the time, and it ruins the trips most of the time because we can't do half. Yeah, we can only do half the stuff that we wanted to do.
Yeah, and to clarify, for the nitpickers in our audience, which I love you guys. I feel like, again, I totally was like, oh wow, OP's the a-hole, until she said the thing about the daughter-in-law, like complaining about having to like, or being abandoned or whatever. Because it's like, if the girl is cool with walking with you guys until she can't anymore, and then chilling and waiting for you, then keep inviting her. Then you're the a-hole for not inviting her places. You know what I mean? But if she's gonna be complaining and actively like ruining the trip, then don't invite her anymore.
Yeah. So someone said, you would have been better to just say this. After all, it's not ultimately about her weight. It's about her behavior. Yes. Which is indirectly caused by her weight. Probably, they said. So they said, you could have directly addressed the behavior without the fat shaming. I don't consider that fat shaming. It is what it is. Like, that's what I think.
I feel like
because you can't do those things because you're always tired, and you're always tired because of your weight.
Right, but
so it's
I
not
feel
like shaming her fat. Like, you can't do anything because you're so fat. Like,
well, I feel like the reason that it is fat shaming is because she could have expressed the exact same thing without pointing, like the point that we were just making. She could have said the exact same thing without saying because of your weight. You know what I mean? So it's like, then it's like, oh, you can't because you're fat. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
But okay, so they said that they could have said like, oh, she's not really too fat, she's too inactive, is what like the person is commenting. And then she said, my daughters have done that before. It's not getting through. I'm also sick of lying, coddling to her. We all know it's her way. I was already pissed that she called asking why I went out without her, then being called a liar. The truth seems so much better in that moment for her. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but yeah, I mean, I guess I agree with, she could have left the weight part out. But then just, told her. And I don't think she's the asshole for not inviting her, because obviously you don't have to invite anybody. You don't have to invite. No one is obligated to invite anyone anywhere. Ever. Yeah. Like that other story that we read where there was like a lady that had just moved into a neighborhood. They invited her over. The neighbors invited her over to kind of like make friends with her. Realized she had a bunch of kids and then couldn't go on these forest walks with them because of the stroller and stuff. So, well, we're not going to invite her anymore because she can't do the things that we want to do. And she's not the asshole for that either, you know? So, I don't think she's the a-hole. Is the person is the other person the a-hole though for like saying all that stuff and like her behavior?
I feel like I would need her perspective. You know what I mean? Like obviously her behavior sucks, but you know, like what if she's like oh, it feels like they're speed walking, or you know, like I need her perspective. You know?
Yeah.
of like what if from her point of view they're actively trying to like, you know, like I don't know, like get away from her or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Even if she's wrong, like what if that's her point of view and that's why she's butthurt or something? You know?
Yeah. Who knows? We don't have enough info.
Yeah.
But so not the a-hole.
Yeah, not the a-hole. Okay. Let me see here. Story number 2. Am I the a-hole for laughing when my son came home from meeting his girlfriend's parents because he chose to behave like he does at home? My son burps a lot while eating. I have tried telling him multiple times that it's rude. I told him to slow down so he doesn't swallow air with his food. I've told him that it's disgusting. My wife will instantly jump in to defend him. She will say that it's the way he is and it's not his fault. The thing is, he can control himself when I remind him. He chooses not to. He just went on a date with his girlfriend last night, and she tore him a new a-hole. It was his first time meeting her parents since they live in another city. They went out to a fancy restaurant, and he burped all the way through supper. He came home almost in tears from her chewing him out for behaving like a jack in front of his family. I heard him telling my wife about it, and I just laughed. She said that she asked what was so funny, and I reminded them both that I tried dozens, if not hundreds of times to teach him table manners, and he rejected them. And she protected him. I said, now that he is a grown man, he has to learn the hard way. They both think she is overreacting and that I'm the a-hole for being amused by his experience.
What's wrong with the mom?
Yeah.
Like, clearly, I mean, this guy is at least over 18.
Guess how old he is?
Oh, my God. My gut
Yeah.
was like 23, 24.
He's 22.
22, okay.
Yeah. Dude, that is old enough to not burp at the table.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That is so old enough to not burp at the table.
The dumbest thing I've ever heard on behalf of the mom and the guy.
Yeah.
And
like, leave him alone. That's how he is.
Like,
what?
No, just freaking eat correctly. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Just like eating like...
Dude, that's so gross.
Freaking disgusting. I just disgusted myself by doing that right now. It's
that
so
reminds
bad.
me of like people like I had a best friend for a long time. That I could and Roman didn't like her ever. I could not eat with this girl, dude. I loved her. I literally like this girl and I were inseparable for years. We'd known each other from like the time we were 8 years old. Like I loved this girl. I could not eat with her. It would drive me crazy. She would breathe while she was eating. So like anything, it was like everything she was eating was really hot or something. She would like 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 it was just like, and it was just mouth all the way open, smacking.
She's like
yeah.
But every bite though. But like every bite.
Not so okay. So like but that's what it feels.
Let me see if
like.
I can do it. Let me see if I can do it. Okay.
Please.
So she's like fork it. She'd be like.
No, but like okay,
more intense.
Okay.
More intense.
So like the breathing is on point, but every bite was a smack, loudmouth smack.
Oh, so it was like.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! How?
Dude,
how?
Like I distinctly remember that, like I hated eating pizza with her because like I could just see everything. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Wait, did you never tell her like, dude, why don't you close your mouth when you eat? Like that's so bad.
No.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh,
because I felt
gosh.
like okay, because you know there's like a rule that it's like, well, like obviously whatever, I was friends with her for a really long time, but there's like a rule that it's like if somebody can't fix something in 5 seconds, don't tell them, you know what I mean? And I felt
what
like
do you mean?
Okay, so like for example, like if I go out with you, like if we're in public, right, and you have like a tag on your like something hanging from your shirt, I can be like, hey, you have something hanging from your shirt. You know what I mean? But if we're going somewhere and you're nervous about the way you look and we're already there and you have a stain on your shirt,
right?
I'm not gonna tell you,
right?
Because you can't fix it,
right?
So why am I gonna make you self-conscious about it?
No, I got that.
You know what I mean?
I get
I
that.
felt like her chewing was so ingrained. Like we were fully like I don't know. Like, by the point that it was, like, really irritating to me, like, when we started hanging out more and, like, eating together more frequently, we were, like, 16 years old. Like, that was who she was now. That's who you are.
Or because no one has taught her any better.
Yeah,
what
but
if the parents are the
who
same?
am I to teach her?
No, you're not there to
mean?
teach her. You're there to you're gonna tell her something, make her aware of something. I think there's a difference between making her aware of something and like
Maybe.
trying to teach her
but
something.
I felt like you have to know. You know what I mean? Like, because we would eat lunch together, like at like in high school, or whatever, like around like a big table. There's plenty of other people there. Nobody else is chewing like that.
Yeah, but also a very self-aware person.
She was. I think she was.
You told me some stories that I would say she was more of a selfish person.
Maybe.
And what if the parents were the same though?
Her mom was not like that. Her mom would actually tell her all the time. She didn't really know her dad.
Her mom would tell her.
Her mom would tell her. Yeah.
And she's an idiot.
Yeah. She was. She was.
Yeah. You are the asshole.
No, I loved her, but yeah, she was special. But I don't know. But that also reminds me, because like this dude is 22 years old. I still work at a doctor's office, but I had this experience more at the last doctor's office I worked for, where like these guys, it was always like some dude like in his mid-20s. It was always like a 26-year-old guy whose mom would call and schedule an appointment for him. It was an eye doctor. And she'd be like, "Oh, my son needs an appointment. How old is he? 26. Okay. Well,
no, strike one."
Yeah, strike one. And then they would always show up with their moms. And then I'd be like, "Hey, like, I'm going to," mind you, at the time I'm like 18, 19. I'd be like, "Hey, like, come right this way," whatever, like, so that I can get like your medical history and like get you ready to see the doctor, And they would always be like, "Can my mom come?" And I'd be like, "No." Because this was also like during COVID, so that was actually the policy. But also sometimes I'd be like, "It's a small room, dude. Like just follow me." And then like we would get back there and I'd be like, "Hey, do you have any grandparents or anything with like diabetes?"
Doesn't know anything.
Doesn't know a damn thing. Not one thing. Are either of your parents diabetic? Okay, cool. Let's get your mom in here.
Yeah.
So it's like, now you have to. Like, it's so dumb. Like, if you're 26 years old, you should know your medical. How many doctor's appointments have you been to? You should know your medical history.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Yeah. Sounds like, definitely has been coddled by the mom or just been babied by the mom.
Or like, what vision insurance do you, that happens all the time, and it's like, dude, you're 28 or something, or whatever. Like, how do you not know what vision insurance you have? Like,
I'm all vision insurance? I'm all, they have that?
I don't know. It's just like, and it's fine to not know. It's totally fine to not know. But it's one thing to be like, "I don't know, let me call, my HR, or let me try and find out." It's another thing to not know and then be like, "I'm going to call my mom."
Yeah.
Like, let me call my mom really quick. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Painful.
she's like, "Mom, do I have diabetes?"
Yeah. "Mom, what are my pills for? What is the name of my pills that I'm taking?"
Yeah. How often do I take them, Mom?
Yeah. Straight up. It's ridiculous. It's painful.
But no, he's not the a-hole. The dad's.
Oh no,
yeah,
that's hilarious. I'm glad I
would
there's
have laughed
somebody.
too. I would have laughed too. Like, you're an idiot, dude. You're 22 years old. Like I told you a billion times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I'm glad the girlfriend got like adequately upset, because like that's embarrassing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. The dogs.
Stupid ass dogs. If you guys want to donate to our GoFundMe page, we're trying to get money for a studio. So my kids aren't yelling in the background. So my dogs aren't barking all over the damn place. I'm gonna drop down in the comments if you guys like my dog's interaction.
The contribution to the stories.
Yeah, at the beginning I was like stress out so much about it. Like, obviously, we want to give the best audio and stuff, but I'm like, oh, my dogs are gonna bark sometimes. There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, it's okay.
It is what it is. Hey, that's us being real and raw. Brought to you real and raw Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Chisme Chronicles podcast.
Chisme Chronicles podcast. Broke recording in the loft. So my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Let's see which one I want to do.
New techniques.
Let's see which one. Oh man, which one? Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, am I the a-hole for talking to my family about suing my in-laws for my wife's college fund? My in-laws are both Eastern European immigrants who immigrated separately in their teens. They met in med school and are quite well off. The only financial help they've given their 4 kids is paying for their education. No help with weddings, home down payments, bills, etc. Even though they can more than afford it. My wife Maria, 30 female, is the youngest of 4 and the only one to not go to college. We married right after high school and I joined the military, so she's been a stay-at-home mom to our 3 kids, now 10, 8, and 6. Mother-in-law, father-in-law want to retire early, so they've been liquidating some assets. They want to make sure that my wife had no plans for college now that the kids are in school before using her college money for retirement. Here's where the issue lies. I think my wife's college fund is in the hundreds of thousands. I also think it should go to our family. It was set up for my wife. Everyone contributed to it thinking the funds will go to my wife and we are struggling. I'm out of the military and have a blue-collar job now. I couldn't hold it back anymore. It's because this guy is so stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm just dying over here. I'm out of the military and have a blue-collar job now. And with the high cost of living, we are going into debt almost every month. When I brought up that point, my in-laws said they thought about it, but are not going to give us any of the money. I'm dying. They're not going to give us any of the money. What they will do... I'm so sorry. It's because I think this guy is crazy, so yeah. I think it's so funny. What they will do... Oh, God. I'm going to struggle to get through this story.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. It's because, like, screw it. Like, this guy is like begging, he's like begging, practically begging for the money, like dying. He's like, wants to get his hand on these hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yo. Okay. What they will... I'm trying. Maybe what he's trying to say is what they are willing to do is use it to support my wife and I to going to college and getting certifications and getting good jobs so that we can make more money. That's what they're willing to do, right? Mm. Neither of us want to do this, and we shouldn't have to when my wife technically has all this money for her locked up in an account. Mm-hmm. My wife wanted me to leave it alone and not mention it to anyone since she thinks it's not her money and she won't use it for school. But I spoke to my family about it and my grandma has agreed to help us get a lawyer to look into possibly suing them for this money. My family are all on my side and have been contacting my in-laws about giving us the money, and it has caused a huge divide in our families. My wife is really upset about me not keeping this information private like she asked, but my family and I are close and have no secrets. Her family are all so private, they barely know anything about each other. I might be the a-hole here, but it is my wife's family's business. Because it is my wife's family's business, but I think since we're married, we're all family anyways.
Dude, truly, like, even the fact that, like, his whole family is, like, bandwagoning.
I'm crying.
Like, it makes me so, like, people are actually just, like, actually stupid. Like, people are, like, these people probably live in, like, I don't know. And also, like, Arizona's, like, 49 in education. But I'm saying, like, they actually, like, are actually stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's, like... Oh. That's painful.
Dude, this was so... even the first time I read it, I was like just smiling when I was reading it because like he's like the only thing they're willing to do is to pay for our college for us to get certifications and degrees to get a better job, but we don't want to do that.
It like makes my heart hurt because I just feel like he's an actual idiot. Like he can't help it. Like he just has not 2 brain cells to rub together.
Dude. That guy's an idiot, man. And the wife, I'm proud of the wife. Yeah. She's like, that money was
our situation.
That money was for college. Mm-hmm. you and I don't want to go to college. They'll gladly pay for our college or for some other education, a trade school or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, if we were going to use it for that, then yeah, I'm all for it. Like, but we don't want to do that. So it's not. And then sorry. He's like, everyone contributed to that. Everyone contributed to. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The parents contributed to that fund to pay for her daughter's college.
Yeah.
This is college money. I'm not going to give this to you. I worked my ass off to get this money together for you to go to college if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, I'm keeping it because it's my money that I'm going to give to you only for college.
Mm-hmm. Even the fact that they like were willing to extend that to her husband and be like, if your husband wants to go to college, you're a stay-at-home mom. I guess if the kids are in school now, but if you don't want to do that, but you guys still want to set yourself up, the money's there for your husband too.
Dude, I didn't even think about that.
He can be like a welder or something.
I didn't even think about that. That's so cool of them to say you're gonna raise the kids. Fine, we'll give the money to for your husband to go to college. Yeah. That's so true, dude. Here's another one that like was making me smile because I thought was so funny.
The first part.
He's like,
that was pretty bad.
The only financial help they've given their 4 kids, like saying, can you believe this?
Also, they got 4 damn kids. That's a lot of kids.
No help with weddings, home down payments, bills, etc. Even though they can more than afford it. That's the part that gets me, dude. That mentality of people, so many people out there that are like, you can afford it, therefore I should get it. You can afford it, therefore you should pay for it.
But okay, here's the thing. I don't know if this is going to be a hot take or not. I feel like it's a mild take. I feel like it is maybe not traditional, but it is like somewhat customary for parents to, for example, offer to help with weddings. Okay? Not that the other person is in any way obligated, but if I was getting married to somebody whose parents are mega, mega rich and we're like, hey, like, I don't, okay, but no, never mind. I take my take back because I would never plan something that like I couldn't afford myself. But I feel like
unless you plan something that you can't afford, but not that you're planning it fully without being able to afford it, but part of the plan is asking certain family members if any of them would be willing to like, could you help me with a photographer? Could you help me with this?
Sure.
Because that's very common. At least for us Mexicans.
So maybe that's what I'm thinking. Is if say my partner's parents or whatever are like super wealthy, and then I go and be like, hey, we're asking, like I asked my whole side of the family, if they'll help with these small things or whatever, like contribute a little bit to the catering or something. You know what I mean? And then we go to ask their like my partner's parents or his parents or whatever, and then they say no. And I'm like, hey, like everybody else is like, I wouldn't feel obligated. I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. That's totally fine. It is not a problem. We're going to figure it out anyways. But I would feel a little bit weird about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like it would, if you're like, hey, well, look, you and I were going to get married. And then we're going to ask, some of our family members, if any of them could you help,
weddings are expensive.
Yeah, I mean, at least to me, that's 100% normal.
Yeah,
it's
I feel like that's fine.
Normal.
That's what I was trying to think of, and I couldn't get there.
Yeah, for me to like, I've seen, growing up when I was a kid, my parents did that with like to their family members.
Dude, we do that with quinceañeras.
Yeah,
like this is not as big of a deal, but like still, it's like, hey, can you pay for the DJ? Can you pay for whatever, this or that? Yeah.
Like it's called like being a padrino, right? The padrino of this. I don't know what it's called in English, but I don't know. It's just like, the guest of honor that paid for this, or I don't even know if that's the right way to explain it, but
I don't know.
But the point is like and it's also, if you're honored to do it. Like, I got the DJ.
Thank you for asking me.
Yeah, I got the DJ.
Like it's like it's like a it is like a title of honor to have been asked. It's like we're close or whatever,
because you're also asking your close family members. I mean, you're asking like the ones that you maybe feel like tighter with, kind of, But
so it is a little bit of like a sense of honor thing, and like I don't know if it's the same sentiment. Like I feel like I would feel the same thing like asking people for like contribution for like a wedding. I'd be like, hey, like, you know, like I asked you because like we're really tight and whatever, and you know I really want you to be there and like have part in this kind of. I guess obviously you're asking them for money, you know, but like it's still like a, I don't know, it's a special title.
Yeah,
I feel like.
And like but even if they said if they said no, maybe you'd be like, oh dang, like that's okay. Well, I guess they don't want to, you know, pitch in on help us with anything. But like you would just let. I mean, I feel like you and I
I would let it go.
Just let it go. You just let it go.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like I understand like that little like feeling, but like maybe I would think about it in 20 years later. Like not thinking about it in all that time, but maybe 20 years later it would occur to me again, and I'd be like, oh, that was weird that they didn't pitch in for the wedding.
Yeah.
For one more second. You know what I mean?
This guy also says bills.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
That's insane.
So
down payment is also, if people are super wealthy, sometimes they do that. They do that. But that feels even wilder.
Yeah, but you don't have to do.
No,
like,
you don't have to do anything.
But they don't have to do it. Yeah, totally. They don't have to do it. I think when we bought our first house, when we bought our first property, I can't remember how it went, but oh yeah, because we had enough money to buy the house and like the down payment and stuff, but we also needed to have like a certain amount of like reserves or something. So like my parents sent me money that I needed to have in my account for like a couple, like 3 cycles or something.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, we closed on the house and whatever. And then like, you know, just give them the money back, you know?
Yeah.
And if I needed like money, like if something happened and like I needed money for whatever reason, like I know that I could go to my parents and be like, hey, can you help me out with this? Like, and then this is what I'm going to do to pay you back.
Exactly.
Like at least that's how we've been, you know, we're like, if somebody needed help, we would help each other out and like, cool, you need something, here's 2 G's, but you're going to give me back, you can give it back to me in a month from now or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but like they can more than afford it. They don't help us with the bills.
That's obviously crazy. Bills is a whole nother level. Like that's top. Like, okay, they didn't help me with the wedding. They didn't help me with my down payment. They don't help me with bills. It's crazy.
And you know he said bills because he said they're going negative.
Yeah.
He said they're going negative every single month.
Yeah.
Right. So they're probably using their credit cards or whatever to
supplement
the income, whatever. Not even supplement income because that's not technically making up because you're going in the hole. But but I know what we were both saying. But like that to me is kind of like a little bit more of like a parasitic mentality in the sense of like, you guys have money and you can afford it. And we don't have enough money, so you could be helping us with the bills. And like you start depending on them more and more. So like, okay, so you're going negative $500 a month. So now I'm gonna, okay, so sell one of your cars or go get a second job. If your wife is at home with the kids, then you as the provider, right? If it was reversed, it would be the same thing.
Sure.
If the dad was staying home with the kids and the mom was the provider, then she needs to go out and get a second job. But in this case, the mom is the stay-at-home mom. Then he goes and works his blue-collar job, whatever he's doing, and then go start freaking cutting grass. Go do whatever the hell you got to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It makes me kind of sad because it's like he's like sitting around. Like obviously, poverty is like a very real issue, right? But like for this guy, it just sounds like he's like willing to let his kids go hungry to prove a point. You know what I mean? And obviously that's not the case. I'm sure that's not the case. You know, but that's what it sounds like. It's just like, well, like, see, like, no, my kids are hungry and they still won't help me. And
yeah, totally.
And, oh man, that's just what it feels like, and it makes me sad.
And like in all his family, like, yeah, that's money. That money's yours,
dude. But that's
$200,000.
Stupid though. They're like that is like, and I'm not even saying that as an insult. I'm saying that as like a characteristic that they have that's a problem. Like they didn't go to school enough. that's like an actual genuine issue, and that's also like they live in somewhere not good.
That guy's he's the a-hole.
They went to a good old school.
Yeah.
Okay, last story of the night. Am I the a-hole for insinuating a woman was fat? I, 35 female, am currently 8 months pregnant. Something I've learned, fun news for everyone aspiring to follow down the same path, is that a lot of people, mostly older women, feel that if you get pregnant, they suddenly have the right to both comment on and touch your body without permission. Sometimes, often without warning, even total strangers. I'm an intrinsically private person, and while I don't take offense, it does encourage the inner snark to come out. I started showing around 5 or 6 months. I have 2 fibroids that are each quite large, think softball size.
Fibroids?
That's what it says.
What's that?
I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. This causes me to look bigger and further along than I am. I have not really gained elsewise. Yes, I'm aware that it's a good problem to have, but I do look disproportionate. So it's really apparent even under hoodies. Fast forward to last weekend. I was in our local grocery store and an older, larger woman walks up to me and says something akin to, "Aw, honey, congratulations. How far along are you?" Kindly? Sure. So I smile, step out of touch distance, usually when they go for my belly, and this is usually when they go for my belly and feel. And I say, 8 months. She looked at me with a shocked expression and exclaimed, "Oh no, hun. I would have guessed you're any day now. You're huge." So I smiled sweetly back at her and say, "Aw, thanks, you too." You can imagine it didn't go over well. At one point, she said something about it being medical, and so my one interjection was, "Hey, me too." But I didn't do very much to diffuse the situation. Eventually, she huffed away, and I carried on about my business. I don't really feel bad, but I'm trying to gauge the assholeness of my response. I strongly feel that there shouldn't be a stigma that pregnant women suddenly become public property, but acknowledge that I once again have been the bigger person or responded with, "Yeah, I have 2 tumors in there with her," which has historically gotten a sputtering apology from people. Oh, and then it says, "Fibroids are benign tumors, so it's technically true, just aimed at making people uncomfortable."
So, dude, I mean, she was 8 months. I mean,
Yeah,
she was
that
almost
is practically
there.
any day now.
She was basically there.
That could be any day now.
Because she could be 8 months. To be 8 months, then you're
36 weeks.
36 weeks, right? She could be 8 months in a week. Well, that's 37. You could have your kid they could be
You
born
can
at
have
30.
your kid at like any kid born past 36 weeks is completely healthy and not considered premature anymore.
So, yeah, but so then she's like, "Oh no, I thought you any day now. You're huge."
Yeah.
And then she said, "Oh, thanks, you too."
Yeah. That's great. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like she's a little bit the a-hole. You know what I mean? Because like I mean, obviously you get big when you're pregnant. You get bigger. You know what I mean? And it seems like she just because the lady didn't touch her, right?
She didn't. So
the most of what she's saying in the story is about people touching.
No, she said I feel like when women become public property, people all of a sudden have the right to touch and comment on your body.
Comment on. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I would feel like obviously like I
yeah, because what if you don't want to feel big?
Of being pregnant. Like I have like a genuine visceral reaction when I think about like I'm talking about it right now, and it makes my stomach drop. I have a genuine fear of being pregnant for like a multitude of reasons, but mostly like I don't like it feels like really weird to think about like not like being the only person in my body.
I cannot see you pregnant.
I have a genuine visceral like I'm telling you, like I feel like it makes me feel nauseous to think about it. My mom had 2 kids really recently, my brothers really recently.
2 kids, these 2 little guys.
Well, it's whatever. And I remember like touching her belly, and it makes me like, obviously it's a beautiful thing, right? Like and I was really happy for her, but it makes me sick. Like it makes me sick to feel something moving like inside of her body.
Like it freaks you out.
It makes I feel like I'm getting flushed right now.
Alienish.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes me sick.
It's a little freaky.
So like when I think about like if I ever decide to like have kids or whatever, and like I would have such a hard time already that like somebody touching, I'm already like not like a super like hug person. Like I do it sometimes, you know, whatever, but like somebody touching my body, dude, or even commenting on it, you know what I mean? Like that makes me not feel good.
You start like winding up, you know,
dude, just throw my belly at them.
Like my sister-in-law,
spin around.
she always is like she starts getting ready for the wind up.
Dude, that's what it feels like. Like, don't talk like. Okay, sure. Ask me how far along I am. That's fine. But then to be like, you're huge.
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck you.
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's the a-hole. Also, it's like, obviously it's not that one woman's fault that other people have been talking to her about it or touching her or whatever, but it would like culminate, you know what I mean? Like it would like, I would feel more and more frustrated every time it happened, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think she's the a-hole.
Um,
If somebody touched me, that's another thing too. If somebody touched me when I'm pregnant without my permission, I would freak out.
Yeah.
I would freak out. If a stranger just came up and grabbed my belly, I would freak out. I'd have a breakdown.
Like something like because normally it's they're gonna do that, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna, or they might do this.
Dude, if I'm walking in the house and I don't see you, and then all of a sudden you're in front of me, I jump already.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden some stranger comes and grabs my belly, I'm gonna probably punch you. I don't know.
And you know what's crazy is like the people, and if you did that, if they like they touched it, or I feel like no one's gonna do it without at least making eye contact with you. Like, I don't think you're gonna be in the store and someone's gonna come from the side and touch it. I think anytime
unless like you're
someone
talking
does
to
it,
two people or something, you know what I mean? Like say like
but they're part, like you and another person, and one of them touches you.
like I'm saying, like, okay, like say two women walk up to me and I'm like talking to this one, and then the other one, like I haven't really like acknowledged her yet or something, and then she just goes to like, oh.
So in that scenario, I would say that there's eye contact by association. As in,
Sure.
like, because
Yeah,
they know, like, they
walked up together.
They walked up together. You looked at one of them, and so
Yeah.
it's kind of like, I would say that,
Sure.
you know. So I feel like if somebody were to, so what I was gonna say is that you're gonna see them coming, right? You're gonna see them coming. Would you? And when you see them reach, would you?
I would step back.
Like step back or
grab myself,
or just like do something like that to block.
Dude, it makes me sick.
So what I was gonna say is the person that you blocked, they're probably gonna be like, oh, like, why?
Yeah.
Why didn't they let me touch it?
That's why I think she hit the nail on the head when she's like, pregnant women become public property. Like, why do you feel the right? Like, why would you be offended that I don't let you touch me?
Right. Like, don't be offended.
I'm a statue here or something. Yeah. Like what the freak? Like, oh my gosh, I would lose my mind. Yeah,
like basically you might feel sad or something, or maybe not even sad, but just like, oh, she didn't let me touch.
Yeah.
But like, well, not even that. No, I take that back. Like, they didn't let you.
Yeah, exactly.
Get over it.
Let me touch your belly.
Yeah.
Well,
poking your belly button.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly, dude. Like if somebody wants to touch, like, okay, let me just put my hand on your fupa. You know what I mean? Like, like, what? Get away from me. Get away from me.
Oh,
back up 6 feet right now.
Oh my gosh.
So we can just barely touch fingertips.
You want to know where the "like I said" came from?
Like I said.
No, like I said.
Where?
So I used to work in LA, you know, with a friend of mine. So we both worked together. We were on like the construction management department of the company. And so we worked in South LA, you know, South LA, South Central, formerly known as South Central LA. I mean, there are a lot of people that have like, there are a lot of homeless people, a lot of people that are on drugs and stuff. You know, it's like, you know, 9 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning, and there's people that are drunk outside walking around, you know?
Yeah.
So we always had like crazy encounters. And one time my friend and I, we were walking to the car, and I was driving. We were walking to the car, and I can't remember what this woman said. This woman that was like, you know, on drugs, I can't remember what she said, but she goes up to my friend. She goes up to him and like doing something. You never know, because you don't know what's going on, right? They kind of come at you. Sometimes they're kind of like, wow, you don't know. So the lady like is going towards him, and he takes just one step back, puts his arm out, like to stiff arm them. They don't get close enough to touch, but he goes, whoa, you need to back up. That's what he did, right?
Yeah.
And then that person like kind of froze, and goes goes like that, like a little funky punch, like doesn't, not even like a real position. It was like this, like cocky, like a little chicken wing, and they went like a shade, and that's where it came from.
My gosh, I would freak
They were
out.
like, hey, can you get you blah, 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 like something like all crazy, and he was like, he like turned around and looked kind of startled, and he's like, whoa, you need to back up,
Yeah.
and then, like I said, and then like they walked away. Dude, we would have so many like crazy encounters with people that were
This is
unfortunate.
yeah. This is not my story, so I might butcher it a little bit. This is my dad's story, but I'm gonna tell it anyways. So my dad used to, like, whatever, when he was younger, like, he would like party a lot or whatever. And one time they were like
Party all the time.
they were like in like San Luis or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that song, by the way.
It's from I think it's she likes to party all the time, party all the time,
I do know that
party all
song.
the time. It's from like Euro Trip or something.
Maybe.
I can't remember, but it's like it's like she likes to party all the time.
Maybe. But okay, so they were like in San Luis. It was him and a group of friends, and they're like in San Luis. And some dude, I guess like some homeless dude or whatever, or just maybe it's just super drunk, like came up to them, and I guess he was like talking about like, I don't know, like he was just talking about like his like life or something, and then one of the other dudes in the group was like, hey dude, like you talk like you're in a rap song, or so they were like making fun of him, and then this like super drunk dude goes like, mother effer, my whole life is a rap song. Like, now I say that to my dad all the time.
Like sometimes they say like crazy things that like are funny or like like
my whole life is a rap song.
yeah, and he walked away,
swagging.
Boom 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 boom. You know what song that is?
No.
I can't.
He doesn't know either.
No, it's like it's I'm trying to remember who the artist is, but it's like we ain't going nowhere, but we ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now because it's bad boys for life. Oh, it's P Diddy.
Oh, no, I don't know that song still. Maybe like
too young for P Diddy.
I probably have heard it, but like I don't really know it.
That's probably when he was back. I think that was back when he was Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah,
I do know. Okay, yeah.
He was Puff Daddy, and then he was P Diddy.
Yeah,
and I think it was Puff Daddy first, then P Diddy.
I knew him more as P. Well, obviously, like I only knew him as P Diddy.
He doesn't even like rap anymore or anything.
I haven't heard anything from. I probably
he's
not.
like a producer and
dude.
stuff.
I mean, but like when you're like, it's like Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? Like, but Snoop Dogg's still
Snoop
here
Dogg going
grinding.
hard. He's
Snoop Dogg grinding,
putting in work.
Dude, I love Snoop Dogg. For a while, I was doing Twitch streams.
Snoop Dogg is the best.
He is. I love him. For a while, even though he murdered somebody.
That's a long time ago, though.
It doesn't count anymore.
Doesn't statute of limitations.
There's no statute of limitations on murder.
It was self-defense. You don't know that. Maybe.
Maybe. Wasn't it like a drive-by accusation or something?
I don't know. Honestly.
Self-defense drive-by.
He was driving by when they were shot at. And he just had to shoot back that clap, clickety clack. The game is back to back with my gat. I'm all starting.
Dog, if you're out there.
Yeah.
No, but for a while he was doing like Twitch streams, and like my favorite was like one time he was like, he had a couple like super funny things on there, but like one time he was like playing like Madden or something when it had like just come out, like the newest version or whatever, like a year ago or 2 years ago, and he was like, and he's playing, and he rage quit. He was pissed off.
For real?
He gets up, he like slams the controller down, leaves the room he was in, and didn't realize that he left the stream going. So everybody's like, hey dude, where the heck, like what the heck, is he okay? Like whatever, he's super pissed off, everybody's making fun of him. And then he leaves the stream going all night. The stream was going for like 26 hours, just of nothing, just his chair. And he walks back in the room like the next day. And he's like, oh shit, I left the shit on. And he like goes to turn it off.
and people were still on there?
Yeah.
Trying to see if he comes whenever he was gonna come back.
And then there's another time that like I guess he didn't like some of the like whatever like comments or whatever. So there's a thing on Twitch where you can make the only comments that you can make are just emojis. So you can't comment words. It's just emojis. So that's what he did. And he had done this for like a couple streams. And then one time he gets on and his audio was off. and people are trying to let him know that his audio's off, but they can't comment.
Oh my god!
So they're just commenting like the X emoji and like a microphone, and they're like, you know, like begging
no sound,
emoji.
no sound.
And he didn't, and he streamed for like 4 hours with no audio.
And he's talking
the entire time. Yeah, he's talking, he's playing, he's doing his thing. He's like trying to interact. Nothing. He didn't get it the whole time. The whole time.
No.
He turns it off. He's like, that was a good stream.
Yeah. He's on another one in the bag.
Yeah,
yeah. Another one for the books.
But he probably...
He's on that stream was a movie.
Dude, but he probably got such good, like, he probably got such good numbers because everybody's in there like, I can be the one to tell him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, he'll get my message. Like,
or a photo or something.
You
if
can't.
You could upload it. No?
It's just emojis.
Damn, the X and the mic, that's the one that would
yeah,
make
but
the
he
most
wasn't
sense.
like looking, or I don't know. And then obviously people are like joking. So then they're like, so then they're trying to like make it like different. They're commenting like a horse and a microphone, so it's like neigh audio and like just begging emojis or like
neigh.
ears. You know what I mean? Like, because then people are just like he'll understand this one. Like it just became a joke.
Neigh audio.
Yeah.
So stupid. You saw, like, I could see that. I can I could probably find them like on TikTok or something.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm gonna look at those.
Yeah. No, it was so funny. This was also like maybe 2.5 years ago or something.
Okay.
But for sure it's gonna be on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
So funny.
Dude, this is another episode over an hour.
Oof.
Damn.
It's for that one lady.
Oh yeah. No, there's a couple. There's a couple
in
of
the
them.
comments. No, there's just one. It's each.
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
One of them starts with an M. Dang. So that's it, right?
That's it.
4 episodes. Hopefully you guys liked another one. I mean, just another Am I the A-hole?
Yeah.
We've been thinking about dropping another mother-in-law drama, Am I the A-hole, mother-in-law drama episode or part 3. Let us know in the comments. Are you guys interested? Do you guys want another one? Because we've got 2 mother-in-law episodes already. Maybe we could put one out every 2 months or something and grow that playlist. Or if you guys like it, if you guys are interested, let us know in the comments. Should we do part 3 of mother-in-law drama? Am I the A-hole? Also, if you guys find any story that you think is cool or interesting or super dramatic,
you want us to react to,
yeah, drop it in the comments. Send us a link or something, and we'll read the story.
Or your own personal stories.
Oh yeah,
should we
write
throw
your own
out the
story.
email?
Yeah. Do you remember what it is?
I think it's I mean, we can definitely
The Chisme Chronicles at gmail.com.
Yes.
Yeah,
so you can email your stories to thechismechronicles@gmail.com.
I like it. Yeah.
And if you want us to react, we can totally do that.
Yeah, all together. thechismechronicles@gmail.com.
No punctuation, no nothing.
Yeah, you can send the link. I mean, you can drop the link in this. You can drop the link in the of the story, the Reddit story, on the comments, or you can email us the link.
Yeah.
And whatever. And then for the real ones, because like the real ones are gonna stay to the end, right? The real ones are gonna stay all the way to the end. As of Thursday, I think we had 379 subscribers. I think, because I think I said like 21 more or something.
Okay.
But as of today, we're at 391 subscribers.
Woo!
I'm proud of every single one of those subscribers.
9 more.
I'm proud of every single one of those subscribers. 9 more subscribers, guys. And we're gonna be at 400. 400, and then times 2 is 800. Plus half of that is 1,000.
So basically, we're this close to the big leagues,
dude. We are 609 subscribers away from
1K,
from hitting 1,000.
Crazy,
dude. And if we hit 1,000, then
1,000.
If we hit 1,000,
then we're 1/10 of the way there
to 10,000.
10,000.
And then after that, dude, that's 1/10 of 100,000, dude.
We're this close to 100,000 subscribers.
But you know what? That's also only 1/10 of away from a million, dude. We're just a couple tenths away
from 1 million.
We're a couple tenths away from 1 million subscribers. But once we hit 1,000 subscribers, guys, that's gonna be dope. We're gonna do a giveaway.
1,000 subscriber special.
1,000 subscriber, a mini Chisme Chronicles plaque.
That'd be so cute.
That'd
be so cute.
Maybe would they want that?
Maybe.
I don't know if they would want that.
OG fan.
An OG fan, yeah, because they make like little ones, like a little tiny one like that, little Chisme Chronicles one.
Something for the bookshelf.
I Or we hit 1,000 subscribers, we do like a merch giveaway. Ooh, a sticker. A hat.
Something. An
That
original
says
piece from the set.
chismoso. Yeah, chismoso. I'm a chismoso. We'll figure something out. Something cool. That'd be cool. Something cool. That'd be cool. Cause I'm cool and you're cool. Everybody cool. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around. Desert you. We don't know the rest.
We'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.